Welcome. Testing. 1 2 1 2. Testing. 1 2 1 2. What up, everybody? This your boy, Hitman, and we are on episode 13, week 13. We got a force. I think we got a force or even sim for week 12. We got the W, so that puts us at 8-3 on the season, which means we were 7-9 last year, I believe, or 8-8 last year, one of the two. So we're equal to the amount of wins that we had last year, and this year obviously is the rebuild year. We're taking on the 1-9-1 Carolina Panthers. So this will be week 13, and let's go over a few little stats and see what we have on before we start this week's matchup. So, for instance, the offense rank is 25th, the defense rank is 5th, which is good. We got to drop that offensive rank down some. Points scored is 27th, which is not good. Points allowed is 3rd. So I don't know if that is the schedule or whatever it is, but either way, our offense needs to get better. 29th, blah 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 blah. Let's look at the leaders for right now. A lot of picks. We gotta, not turn the ball over as much. We got 3 fumbles on the year so far. So it's like 15 total turnovers. Pretty even with the receivers. It's pretty good. Line. Paul Freeman has to get a lot better at that left tackle spot, so we got to be aware of him. He's probably the reason why we got all those fumbles. Let's see. Sacks. Tackling has 5 in 13 weeks, which isn't too great. Just so you guys know, we will be playing a game in about 2 minutes once I finish this little breakthrough, or little run through these little stats real quick to see where we're at. We don't have a lot of turnovers, but we're very efficient on defense. 17 of 18. It's not bad. See if our opponent is online. He is, so let's go ahead and make sure we got everything squared away here. Yep, we do. And let's get into this gameplay. So also, just make sure you guys be paying attention to, my defensive. It's not a guide or anything. It's really a scheme. And just watch what I do on certain formations. You know, just kind of pay attention. First, we got to figure out if are they pass heavy or run heavy for one, because that's gonna help determine what formation we would come out in on defense. If they like to pass the ball a lot or run the ball a lot, there's really no point in going to a nickel if they're just gonna run the ball. We could stay in the 3-4 defense and stuff like that. But we'll just kind of gauge and see. He does have Christian McCaffrey, so therefore we'll be looking to flank. I will be playing to his flank every single time. So let's see how it goes. Also, we are running the Tennessee Titans playbook because we have their offensive coordinator. And I like the Washington Redskins defensive playbook because it gives me the 3-4 and the 4-3, and also the 46, which is like a hybrid 3-4 defense or an over. I really don't run it as much, but I might bring it out today. I might not. We'll just see. But it's very versatile instead of going to the getting a custom playbook. Like I don't people who get custom playbooks are basically just abusers of spam and the same plays over and over. I mean, yeah, granted, some people do play legitly. They don't like to have to do subs every game, stuff like that. I mean, I get it, but it's not really that big of a deal because you're not in every single play in the playbook to have to really worry about sub changes or audibles. Excuse me, not sub changes, but audibles. So I mean, you still run your certain plays in a regular formation. So I mean, it's not hard to put audibles. But like I said, custom playbook players tend to have this spam mentality of just money plays. We don't. We play legit all day, every day. I kind of play by my own rules and everybody else's rules. If it's 4th and inches, I mean, I'm going for it. 4th and 1, it depends. Um, I mean, we just play defense. I don't run the same plays over and over and over. I mean, I will run cover two, first down, second down. I would change the defense. I would change personnel. I would change the formation. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. If I run a cover two and a 3-4, I can run a cover two and a 4-3, or a dime, or a nickel. I might be running cover two, but it's different people on the field, which gives it a different look. It's cover two with linebackers or more run stopping, and cover two with DBs or more pass stopping. So it might be the same. Oh, you ran cover two, but it's not going to play the exact same way because you have a different set of personnels in the game. So those DBs will react faster if it's a pass cover two situation like a dime cover two versus a 4-3 cover two where you have three linebackers. In a dime cover two, you only have one linebacker and you got the outside people or DBs. So, I mean, can't really cry too much. Only way you can really cry if you ran nickel wide, nickel normal, cover two, cover two, cover two, because it's the same personnel, same defense over and over. You know what I'm saying? Like there, I can kind of understand. But going from a 4-3 cover two to a dime or a nickel cover two, it's not the same thing. So, I mean, but I switch my plays up either way, so it's not really that big of a deal. So we just wait for him to join and get this game going. Thank you for tuning in. Like, comment, and subscribe. And be excited for football. You know, football. Football, baby. Let me see where my opponent is at. Invite sent. So, I mean, I can kind of tell you what I'm going to do defensively. And then obviously you're going to be shown. But in a lot of ace sets or two tight ends, three tight end sets, I go with four linemen, four defensive alignment. I go with a 4-3 defense every single time. If they're in a two back set, I can run the 3-4, you know, and kind of play with the 3-4, flipping and flopping the defense and stuff like that, and trying to generate a rush with whoever I want to, you know, blitz. But if they come out in two tight ends, I'm going for defensive ends, or not four defensive ends. I'm going to a four-man front. 3-4 defense is a four-man front. It's really a five-man front, but that edge on the outside linebacker, one of them doesn't blitz unless you pick plays where both of them blitz. But in the 4-3, you know, you got that edge locked down. Well, not locked down, but he's coming off the he's blitzing in the 4-3. Because of quick snaps and stuff like that. When people usually go ace, they like to run the ball and play action shot plays with ace a lot. So you can't be sitting there trying to hot route everybody and get on the right, you know, get on the wrong guy, and boom, you get quick hike and ace, and the seam's wide open down the middle. So I go straight to a 4-3 and I run my coverage, so it's easily just to get to a person. If I'm in a 3-4 and a 3, and if I'm in a 3-4 and an ace, two tight ends, I feel like I'm gonna get scored on because, or just get the ball moved on me because I'm gonna go to that outside linebacker, or I'm gonna hit the right bumper or right stick or R1, L1 to select that linebacker and blitz him, but he's gonna be hiking the ball at the same time. So I don't like all that. But as soon as he joins, this mic will go off and it will come on in and out during the game for certain things to so you can pay attention to. Not really a guide of anything. This is just a rebuild of the Atlanta Falcons and how different they kind of look. So don't look too much different, but we are a lot different. All right, so he got the invite and he should be loading up shortly. So again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting, liking, doing whatever you do. Thank you. I appreciate it. will join in 2 minutes. Okay. Well, we have 2 minutes before he joins, so we'll take advantage of that. Okay, we have that done with. We're gonna go with the white, and we're gonna go with the red helmet. I like the red helmet on the white shoes. 1970s helmet. And we're ready on this end, and hopefully he gets ready on his end. So let's rock, Atlanta. We're ready up, and I'll catch you guys at probably halftime or at the end of this game. This, like I said, this mic is going dead. Well, not dead as in battery needs to be charged, but I'm turning the headphones off, the mic part, and I'm locking into the game. Because me, I really don't like to talk and play. I like to just focus on the game itself. I kind of play better that way. If I don't need to multitask, there's no point in doing it. But yeah, I'll catch you guys at the end of this game, and we'll go from there.
Well, it is just the perfect time of year for a trip to the Carolinas, and that's where we find ourselves at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ready? 54, right there. 54 Mike. Come to my work. Hey, you just took it. Mike 5, let's go. Mike 5 4. Pick me up.
On first down, it's Haskins. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Who that? Check.
They'll run for the first time here with Brown. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage, came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
From midfield now, Haskins. A slant to Jones. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 37. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Running the jet sweep with Jones. The former LSU Tiger Dante Jackson on the stop.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense, diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6.
Check.
Here's Haskins to throw. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
3rd down.
Now Haskins to throw it. Strong coverage by Carolina. And on we go to 4th down.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
And the Falcon first down.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Give me some. Give me some.
On 1st down, Brown. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Taken down.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's get in there. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Now Haskins. Buying time to his left. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Haskins not the most mobile of quarterbacks, but delivering there on the scramble to pick up the first.
Atlanta.
Ready. 57. Let's go, D. 57's the mic. Watch 57. And what's that? And what's the ball?
Now they'll look to Haskins to throw it. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Another try after the first down sack. Haskins. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
Number 31.
They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. Third down. Here's Haskins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead.
The score, Falcons 7, Panthers nothing.
Now following the touchdown, Richter to kick off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
I do not own the copyrights of this music, folks. So yeah, I hate when they do that shit.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
You better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you pass 85, pass 85.
To the air, Allen. Taking a shot for Samuel. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
I don't know how he got that though.
Give him 32 on the play.
At the 46-yard line.
Let's go, D. Let's go. Shoot.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Check. Fresno.
Throwing now is Allen. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Yeah. Check. Who's that?
Hey, check Mike 57.
They'll run on first down. Brown. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
He's brought down by Shaq Thompson. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 48-yard line.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Score, Falcons 7, Panthers nothing.
2nd and 8 coming up.
Let's go, let's go. You tighten up. Quick whip. Watch the whip. He's crushed.
Here's Haskins. Flush to his right. He'll run it. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Smith on the tackle. 5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
shotgun handoff to Brown here. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Haskins looking to throw on first down. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Escaping the pressure right. And that's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
That was a terrible pass.
He'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 3 down, 3 down. 43 is the mic. 43 is the mic.
To throw again. Allen. And his pass incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Here's the party now. 43 is the mic, boy. 43. Check, 43. Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bajorquez to punt. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Haskins. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Haskins to the right side and complete to Hurst. And he goes out right around the 39. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Eluding the pressure right. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. That catch good for only a couple.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back.
I'm here all day. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Rip left, rip left.
On 2nd down, it's Brown. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early. That was a 3rd and somewhat manageable now, not so manageable.
Exactly, because you had a play call on that you felt like, hey, this could go quick, and it doesn't take much to get it done. Now, you got to start thinking about a little bit of a deeper route type of a call, especially if you want to throw it.
Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down. Haskins will throw. And Jones has it over the middle. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down. And he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a 1st down.
Broke the 1 tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And this one is right down Broadway. And the lead moves to 10-zip. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Allen off the play fake. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
7-yard line.
Check, 45 to Mike. And here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. 45. Mike, 45.
Allen hit. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on.
That's
so
that
much
edge rush
He's trying
and
to find
strip
someone
specialist
downfield.
right
He's
there.
trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
Hey, pick your game up.
Following the turnover, it's Haskins. And this one's incomplete. Hayden Hurst, former 1st-round pick, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I think we could all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger point. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And it's 3rd down.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Now it's Haskins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On play action, Allen. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
To throw again, Allen. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this 1st half.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know. Right there, 54.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Jalen Thompson picks it. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Allen. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Come get some. He don't want it. Shoot! Some. Alert!
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off.
Here's Allen. Winds up and lets it go for... He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, Those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
50, go. 57, come on. Squeeze, double. Check 31, check 31.
Now a carry for Brown. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
31.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Switch.
Haskins on 3rd down. It's caught. Jones. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play on 3rd down for the Falcons. 45 yards.
Falcons.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
55, right there in the middle, 55.
On play action, Haskins. Short throw underneath to Hurst. A gain of 6 there on 1st. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the 17, here's 2nd and 4.
57.
They will toss to Brown. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
The 16-yard line.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Now it's Haskins. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jones. And the Falcons are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Check 24, check 24. That's 57's right. Go. I can't believe they even let you play.
They go play action now. Haskins looking in zone, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll try and throw forward with Haskins. And that is going to be incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Panthers defense able to deliver the goal line stand. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And now their defense came through with the goal line stand, got them the ball back. See what they can do about putting a drive together. Long way to go.
They need to reward that defense. A goal line stand, they've got to make that stand up themselves, right? Give the defense a chance to catch their breath on the sidelines. At least get 2 first downs. 3 would be better. Change field position. Let them catch their breath.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter.
56, 56.
You got nothing today. You got nothing.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen, that's to McCaffrey, complete. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. From the gun, it's Allen. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Panthers 7.
So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. Now Allen again. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Tack McKinley. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football. Switch it, switch it. Alert! Switch it. Alert! Check. Crunch. 5 wide, 5 wide, 5 wide. Crunch. Check 3, check 3.
And they will not get the snap off here. This is going to back them up halfway. They were already backed up. Now they're backed up further.
I think they were being so careful to make sure all assignments were covered that they end up running themselves out of time.
Hey, check Mike 45. Monday, hitting the mirrors back and go full strength. Look out.
Check, 45 the mic. I'm here all day. 45, 45.
Now Allen throwing on second down. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target, but now it's third down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down.
45 the mic.
So don't say nothing.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He'll air this one deep for Anderson. And that is incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he's able to get it out of there. And taken at the 46. A very good return that time. 18 yards. The Falcons are set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. This is Brown on the carry, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple down inside the 35 to the 34.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Play action. Haskins. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
The Falcons on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll run on third down with Brown. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. Give them the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Preston Smith there on the stop. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
We do need to be in the 30-point range on
Here's
offense.
2nd and 9,
seriously.
just a yard on that last run. They'll run now with Brown. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Falcons on third down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. gun, it's Haskins. Oh, no, he lost the football. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away. And now look at him go. 20. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Panthers are able to get this back within a touchdown. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. In on the stop, it was Tarvarius Moore. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession. So they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Kill. Turn it up. Jim.
Looking to throw, Haskins. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They go right back to the ground here. Brown, not a whole lot of room to run. Gets it to the 35 after showcasing the great move. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Check it back.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
50 seconds to Mike.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
On second down now, it's Brown. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
And it's third down.
So here we go, Charles, third down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
They go play action, so they will look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. That took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on the punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And it's taken in at the 9. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is...
Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that, because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
Check pass. Check 13.
On first down, Brown. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2.
57. Rip right.
Here's Haskins out of the gun. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head, because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. That's caught at the 25. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25.
Quarterbacks have so many options when they have a 4 vertical route, because they can hit any one of those 4 at any time, often for a big gain. But to me, the key is don't lock in on any one of them. It's best for him to look in one direction and throw in another.
Exactly 50 yards on that last play as they just go from 125 to the other for 1st and 10. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Allen it again here on 2nd and 10. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off inside the 5, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Mike 54. Watch the pass. Right there.
They defer to Brown to start the drive. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, you know, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win, precious, especially within the division.
So for the Falcons,
that was a good game. Gave those 2 deep pass plays on his touchdowns. One was in man coverage, so I mean, but the other one, that cover 2 blitz that I had going on, I got stuck on the nose tackle.
Next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks.
Dude hit the seam way over there, got for for a touchdown. But I don't know, with this offense, the Falcons still really sluggish, like slow. But when I play with this scheme with my Washington Redskins, all the motherfuckers fast. So it feels a lot different. And plus I have a better offensive line as well too. So, but we took a lot of sacks. We got sacked a few times. He should have took a lot of sacks so he didn't have to throw 2 interceptions or 5 interceptions. But he still threw for 285 yards on just busted plays on my part. So, I mean, that's disgusting. But as for the most part, Freeman gave up, his sack. I think he only had 2, so it felt like he had more. But, played well defensively. We took out the running game. I mean, he couldn't run the ball. He only ran it 2 times. I mean, you got an ankle breaker running back. You got to give him the football. So I don't know why he didn't. It's not my place to say. But whatever. First one free. I mean, I don't understand why he has that. He probably just doesn't have his superstar traits on the players correctly, because he probably just relies on the computer to just give him bull crap. And I noticed that with Julio, when I gave him the ones I wanted, he plays a lot better. Other than that, it's a good game, good win. Sluggish win, real slow win, But we threw 63% of our passes, which it wasn't. We're usually 67 to 70%. We could not hit those drag routes for some strange reason. I couldn't hit the drag route, especially in that 3rd and 4. 3rd and 4 to Julio, wide open. I mean, I don't know how he moved a little bit, which through him getting to the ball off, he made an extra cut when he didn't need it, and it threw my timing off completely. But I guess I don't know. I overthrew that. I think Hayden Hurst did the same thing on his drive routes. I don't know, they ran in a little, like they had an extra little move or divot and whatever. So that will basically conclude this game here. We got the win. Advance will be tomorrow at 10 p.m. We couldn't get the 3 passing touchdowns. We got 1. But let's go ahead and just hit these guys with their archetypes and make sure they're in the right scheme. He's agile, and also we give him some power, which will also give him power on the pass protection. I think it does. It might. Let's see if it did. Because run block power. See? So, I mean, no, it didn't. So we're good there. Floyd side of Luicon. You know, give him some extra run stopper. So we get 79, then we'll just hit the top one a few times. Allen Brown. He's not a power bag, but he needs some power. Break tackles 86, carries 89, change direction 89. So he's really good. He just needs some more juke. No, they gave him a carry and change direction, which is not bad. Change directions at 90. It's cool. If he can get his agility up to 90, that'd be great too, or a lot higher. He got 1 in carry. He should have a lot of more carry because he doesn't really fumble the ball as much. Vertical threat for Dalton Schultz. Gotta get that higher than what it is so he can hit the piece. We did all this. So we play the Cowboys next week. I believe the Cowboys are undefeated. Yes, they are. Whew. Yes, excuse me. Sorry about that. The Dallas Cowboys are undefeated. We hit the 9-win mark, so we have 1 more games than last year. The Cowboys is undefeated, as you can see here. So that's going to be a very good and intriguing game, especially with this style of offense that we have and run. We're going to have to put up points because we see this guy has a lot of points put up. So, I mean, we're going to have to play some real good defense because he probably has a top-rated offense, which we do have the top-rated defense, but we're ranked 5th. So, but I mean, at the end of the day, he probably has a top-rated defense as well because they're not scoring a lot of points on him. We threw 2 more picks. One of them was really caught stupid. That one pass that I threw up. Yeah, I shouldn't have threw that, but I did. It's okay. Yeah, that's about it. We're gonna end this video here. Now, as you can see, I mean, he didn't really run the ball as much. Well, he didn't run the ball at all. He only ran it twice the whole game. Maybe no more than 4 times. So, but if he went in certain situations, certain formations, in a run heavy, doesn't matter if he's in trips, ace, whatever it is, as long as he has 2 tight ends on each side of the tackles, I'm going for, if he goes ace, any tight ends, 3 tight ends, whatever, if he got more than 1 tight end in the game, I'm going 4-3 all day, every day. And the adjustment that I like to do is always make my nose tackle on the weak side, so he'll be in the weak side A gap, and make sure that your strong side has 4 defenders. And I like to open my linebackers, so it helps out on the edges, so they kind of hide behind the defensive ends when you do that, and it's harder for the tackles to get to my outside linebackers because they're really fast. So when I spread the outside linebackers out, they kind of have that 2-way gapish outside inside. So if they try to run a power 1 back right up like an ISO with 1 back, I can easily get a block shed from a nose tackle or something and get the tackle there. Or my middle linebacker is in a 2-on-1. So I'll be able to, so they'll all be 1-on-1s, and so it'll be really hard to do that. It'll be really hard to run the ISO there. Now, if he comes out in 2 tight ends with 2 fullbacks, 2 running backs, 2 tight end sets where it's really, really heavy, the strong side is always to wherever that receiver is. So that would be the strong side, and so you got to make sure you got the 4, so you got to just kind of make sure wherever your 4-man set, where your D tackle, your defensive end, outside linebacker, middle linebacker, and there'll be a total of 4 players on that side. You got to make sure that is to the strength side, because if it's not, and you have 3 on the strength side and they run that way, you are outmanned and gunned, and they're going to run the ball down your freaking throat. So anybody who can run the ball a lot really effectively, all they're doing is running to your third personnel side. Wherever you got 3 people at, they like to audible and go ace, because that ace formation, if you don't, especially in a 3-4 defense, if you don't line up correctly, they will exploit it and just run all over you all the whole game, and you won't be able to stop it, and they'll just beat you that way. Most people who really run the ball a lot cannot pass at all. But if you're able to stop them and contain them and slow their run game down to where they have to pass on 3rd and 6, you usually can win those games, because they're going to throw the pick, and they're not usually really susceptible to passing the football, because their running back at the end of the season is going to have like 1,800 to 2,000 yards rushing. So you can kind of see how they're winning majority of their games just by, running the football. But like I was saying, you got to make sure you got 4 defenders on that strong side. Like the play had, like when the play is stock, right? And you don't have flip play on, every play that's on, like when you go to the plays, right? Let's see if I'll show you here. This is the examples that I will give to you guys. Okay, we'll go to settings, customize playbook, and we'll go to defense, right? And we'll just go to, okay. So every play that you select, so 4-3 under, 3-4 under, right? It's automatically to the strong side. So the strong side of majority of every offense in the league is obviously what? To the right side. So if you count the guys, you got the outside linebacker here. We're going to go to we're looking at the first play. Let's look at the cover 2 man. Okay, so 3-4 means you got 3 defensive linemen, right? Those are squares. And then you got 4 circles, which are outside linebackers. Okay, so when you count from the left outside, from the right side outside circle, where the circle outside linebacker is, he's 1. Then the next guy to his left is the defensive end. That's 2. The nose tackle is 3, and then the middle linebacker behind the 2 squares is 4. So as you see, to the strength side of the right side, right, that has 4 players to that side. So if a team comes out in I formation, which has the center, guard, tackle, tight end, fullback, right? The guard, the tackle is 2, the tight end is 3, and then that fullback is 4. So it's 4 on 4. So that means that running back has to run down the lane and run the right hole. But those guys got block shed points and stuff like that, so they're going to get off the block. And it's harder to kind of just run the football to the strong side. That's why all defensive plays are automatically, dominantly strength to the right side. It's already to the right side. They have 4 guys. So if I go to my 4-3 normal, right? So now the 4-3 has 4 squares, because those are the linemen, and 3 circles, which are the linebackers. So if you count to the 4 people to the right side of the field, the middle linebacker is in the middle. So he's really a 0, but he's a 1, right? And then who's to the right side of him looking at the play? The nose tackle, or the 3 technique. The D tackle. That's 2. Then the strong side end is 3, and then the linebacker behind him is 4. So as you can see, there are 4 players on that side, right? So in the 4-3 defense, all 4-3 defenses are predominantly run-stopping defenses, because it has 4 arrows every play, right? You have 4 red arrows attacking the ball. When you go to the 3-4, it looks like it's a 5-man front, but it's really a pass defense, because even though you have the 4 arrows like in the cover 2 man, right? You see the outside linebacker that's blitzing, it's really weak on the run side, because that outside linebacker on the run side is not blitzing, right? So therefore, he's gonna be giving up like yardage. He's gonna go his first step is always gonna be backwards. If they don't have a red arrow going down, their first steps are forward, right? So if you look at this Tampa 2, the outside linebacker to the strong side is gonna go backwards first. So you never want on the strong side to have that linebacker going backwards. So me, what I would do is, right, I will flip the play. So I have the outside backer to the strong side blitzing, and then I will move because once you flip the play, the strong side will be to the left side of the defense, right? You flip this play, it's all flipped. So when you count the guys, the 4-man front is on the opposite, it's on the left side. So I will flip the play and move my defensive line over to the right side. So now it gives them the exact same look, right, as the regular play. But only thing is, I just made my outside linebacker blitz to that strong side. I want him blitzing on the strong side because they run weak. That's fine. If they run weak, it's okay. I want them to run weak. That's where I really want them to run. Now, I don't want them to run weak and have a puller at the same time, because when they pull and they run the counter weaks, they're pulling someone from the strong side to the weak side, and that's going to give them a 5-man block. So you have to be very careful and paying attention to who you're playing against, because the more dominant runners, they see that you're always stacking the 4th man to the strong side, and they will try to run counters on you to get that strong side on the weak side, but it's just with the guy pulling. So you got to have, your personnel has to matter, and it has to be pretty good, fast guys and stuff like that. You just got to have real good users to stop players that run that way. But those plays take time to develop. So to give you time to adjust to get to the spot you need to get to and make a tackle. So you want those plays to basically bounce. You don't want a guy to run weak on the counter and they hit that hole. You want them to string those plays to the sideline. So if you get them to string them to the sideline, you'll be pretty efficient of stopping them. But other than that, like those people who run certain plays on, this is the best run play in the Madden and you can run this play over and over. No, you can't. You really can't. Because there's certain formations that will outnumber every freaking play. And people who like to run the ball are looking for those formations. So, that's why I always change my look. I don't always stay in a 4-3. I'm always flopping to a 4-3 and an under. But if they come out in ace with 2 tight ends on each side or 3 tight ends on one side, I'm going with the 4-man front. And it's going to move them over where they need to be at if it's an unbalanced line. I'll have 4 arrows going down on that strong side, going straight on that strong side. Their first step is forward, and that's what you want. So you have to make sure on whatever play I don't know at the end of the day which way they're running. They can run left, they can run left, right, or up the middle. But at the end of the day, the strong side, I don't want to be outmanned, and I want all my red arrows going that way. So if I run this buck blitz 0, it is a weak side blitz, because you see the 2 outside linebackers are blitzing, right? This play right here. Pinch buck 0. That is a weak side blitz. If I'm going to run this play and it's in ace or it's in an I formation, right? I'm going to flip this play so the linebackers to the strong side are going to be blitzing. I don't really care what happens on the weak side. If because that person will be in man coverage. I don't want that linebacker that's on the strong side to stand and give ground. If he's gonna stand and give ground, or I'm using him, he's gonna be on the weak side where I know the ball's not going to go to. So therefore, he could be an alley player on the weak side, running to the strong side, and all my arrows will be going straight down on the strong side. So I would flip this play, right? That means my 3 defensive linemen will be strong left. So I will have to slide them over to the right so they can all be on the right side. And leave my linebackers alone. You don't move the linebackers left and right. You never touch your linebackers. Don't move them at all. And only time you touch the linebackers is in ace and 4-3 and you open them up. That's it. Other than that, you leave your linebackers alone, because they don't play right. Um, those are pretty much my tips on how to be very efficient on defense. It seems to work for the most part. Only thing is you really have to pay attention to, like I said, the style of the player you're playing against. Are they run heavy? Are they balanced? Are they pass heavy? So in your first drive, you're getting a feeler at the same time, and that's the time you kind of want to be kind of ballsy. You either want to be conservative or you just want to go for the guts though, because that first drive is really important because they're going to use those best plays that they run in that first drive, and then they're just going to sprinkle them in all the other drives. Because once they figure out, okay, I can run these all game long, I'm Gucci. Now I'll just run the ball and I'll go back to this first drive set of plays if I'm losing. You understand what I'm saying? So the first drive, when they're trying to get points, you have to bend and don't break, or you just have to sell out, right? So if you're going to be the bend and don't break guy on the first opening drive when you're on defense, that means you have to pay attention to formations, you have to pay attention to route combinations, and you have to pay attention to how many times in that drive they ran and passed the ball, because it's going to set you up for the remainder of your game. Because if you're able to stop them and then you get the ball back, either by you stop, what I mean by stop them is 3 points or less. They kick a field goal, you won. They punt, you win. Touchdowns is when you lose, when they're scoring touchdowns, right? So if you get a 3 points and 0 and less, you win that drive. Of course you have to score when you get the ball and everything like that, but you win that drive defensively. Mentality of their defense is really good. So now that means you're bending and not breaking. So that means you're very attentive to what they're doing. So you have to make sure, like when you're that type of player, you have to make sure you have the strong side called, not the secondary. You cannot move your defense to the secondary strength. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's where a lot of people mess up at. They move their whole defensive line and they flip their plays based off the strength of the secondary. That will get you destroyed in Madden. So if they are trips right or trips left, you do not flip the play. It depends on where that tight end is. If that tight end is on the right side and they got 3 receivers, one tight end, they got 3 receivers to the left, that is a DB strength call to the left. That is not a front strength call to the left. The strength call is to where the tight end is, because that is the extra blocker to run and set the edge. So you never want to move your defensive line to the multiple receiver side. You should have faith in, even Madden sometimes blocking scheme is really bad because some linebackers block sheds really low and they can get blocked by receivers and stuff like that. But usually I just hit stick them and it knocks them down every single time because they can't block linebackers. You know what I'm saying? But if they're in that's for plays where the quarterback's under the center. Now if the quarterback is in shotgun and it's trips left, right, and the tight end's to the right and that running back's to the right where they run the zone read and it has to go left, well obviously you can move your line to that side of the strength. You can move your line over that way because the run's gonna go obviously to the left. They do have some counter plays. Let's see, so you can see what I'm talking about. Quit without saving. So, like, let's go here. So, for instance, shotgun tray open. No, tray foot. Yeah, this one here. Okay. So let's say that the X receiver is really the tight end. Let's say that tight end's on the line of scrimmage next to the tackle, like that, where the running back is on the same side, right? Obviously, they can only run this play there, and it's going to go left. They can bend those back and try to run them to the right, which you have to be careful with. Those real good players who put their running backs on conservative where they can't use juke moves because they don't want to fumble. They have very good agility where they can bend this inside zone back to the right side of the field and get in really good space and score touchdowns on those plays. But it depends on what you're running or what defense you're in at the end of the day. But so in this formation here, the strength call is to the left only because the tight end is not on the line of scrimmage as far as next to the tackle. Now, if that tight end was on the tackle side next to him, see if they have it right here, like this. Just like this, right? They will kill you with this formation right here. Because now, with this play here, right? They have the tight end blocking, which is 1, the tackle 2, the guard 3, the center 4, and then they're bringing the guard from the left side. That's 5 people. So if you move your line over to the left to take away that strength side because you think it's strong left because of the 3 receiver set, and they run this halfback counter, I guarantee you they're going to have the edge on the run side to run that halfback counter and obliterate your defense because you moved your line over to the wrong side. So you want your linebackers on, you want your 4-man front to that tight end side. You want them to run to if they do run the ISO, right? You want them to run left because it's the weak side. It doesn't matter if they have 3 receivers there. Receivers are weak. Let them. Because most of the times what they're going to do there is run the play action crosser and get you to run to the left, and then all these crossing routes go back to the right and they're wide open. So let them run. Let them run to the left. They move you. One thing you have to remember when you're playing defense, right? You're not going to shut down. You don't want them to score, right? The objective is to keep the ball out of the end zone for a touchdown. That is the objective on defense. Objective. It's not about, you don't win the games with, oh, I had 35 first downs. You don't win the game. If you have 35 first downs at the end of the game, you should have a lot of points. But if they're kicking field goals and not getting 7s, and your offense is getting 7s, you're going to win the game. You're playing bend, but don't break defense. Because a lot of these plays, when they get inside the red zone, they don't work because there's not enough space to run them. So that's where people start running double moves, a lot of misdirections, because those plays are going to work there. There's not a lot of space. All these verticals ain't going to work. So they'll run like plays with stick where they can go 2 different ways, or they'll run a lot of C routes. They'll run a lot of China routes, which are the zip routes, because you want them going one way and you go another way, or a lot of counters, stuff like that in the red zone. But other than that, you want to bend, you don't want to break, and you want to just remember the plays that they call. Not remember every single play, but see a formation like, oh, I know what he likes to do in this formation type of stuff. He likes to either pass or run. Once you get that down, you'll be better defensively because you know how to play against them. But this video is dragging a little bit too long. But I hope just take and look at how I play a lot of my games, because I mean, I'm gonna do the same thing. Doesn't matter what plays they run and stuff like that. But I lost a Super Bowl game because I played in the NFC side and all they did was run the ball, right? And I played against the guy in the Super Bowl and literally he passed the ball. So I'm in my mind, I was just set for just a heavy dose of running, because he would line up in the same formation and plays as all the other guys, but he was passing the ball, and I didn't catch on to close to the second, and I made a lot of bonehead plays on offense, where I was throwing some picks, not being very efficient and stuff like that, and I lost the Super Bowl. So I learned from it. So I learned that you got to really, really pay attention to the style of the way that these people play. Look at their stats when you're playing people. If the first game of the week season, obviously they have no stats. You got to fill it in the game. But always look at their stats, see who they're throwing the ball to, seeing their yards per catch, seeing their yards per carry. If they have a high yards per carry, they're running a lot of stretches, pitch tosses. So if they run like 7 yards or 6 yards, 5 yards up per carry on the video game, they're running a lot of stretches. Guarantee you they're running a lot of stretches. So you have to make sure you have that 4-man front on that side, or 5-man front to that side, to the strength side, and just ball out. Other than that, thank you guys for taking the time out to listen, watch, learn, subscribe, like, don't like the video. I really appreciate it. And we'll be moving on to week 14, I believe. And the Dallas Cowboys are the defending Super Bowl champions in our division, or in our league, in that league. They went undefeated and won the Super Bowl. So these are my other leagues that I am in, which, I mean, you guys shouldn't have to care about. But yeah, this team here, I'm here. I believe I'm undefeated. Yeah, I'm 5-0 here. I went to the Super Bowl and I lost 1 game or 3 games last year. This team is a lot better than my Atlanta Falcons. A lot more speed. So this Tennessee offense offense or playbook kind of fits this team. It's kind of vertical, zone runish. So I mean, I like it. I got a quarterback that I'm building, stuff like that. He's a tight end, but I have him at fullback. So I have Waddle, I have Terry McLaurin, John Mitchie. You know what I'm saying? I got some pretty good guys. You know, a lot of speed. You know, you need a lot of speed, and then my offensive line here is a lot better. He's a rookie starting left tackle, which we're going to get him up. He shouldn't even be starting, to tell you the truth. It should be this guy, but I like his speed. He's really a guard. With 73 speed for guards, it's perfect. If you get all 77s, like all your linemen 77 speed, that is excellent, right? But the cutoff for left tackles or right tackles should be anything high. The lowest would be 75 speed. The highest for guards is obviously 74. The lowest is 60, like close to 60. I would say 66. So 66 to 74 speed. And then centers, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Centers don't matter. As far as speed, it doesn't matter. So my guards, you can see the 72. Brandon Shreve is a guard, but he's my right tackle because he's, you know, my line speed isn't really here. You know what I'm saying? So he's a left tackle, he's a guard, but he's a guard, but he's a tackle because I don't have another 70-something speed guy. But I mean, the line we don't give up no sacks. I mean, I don't want to say we don't give up no sacks, but it's really hard to, like, we do really well. Let's see the efficiency of this team. Still throwing a lot of picks, Florida, because I'd be forcing he doesn't have any type of special ability, so. But like, we're right at 67%. Rushing wise, 77. I usually rush for about 80 yards a game, and kind of 200 yards passing, kind of, you know, ish. See there. See how many sacks I've given up. So 10 sacks in 5 games. So that's what, 2 sacks a game, which is not great. But as you can see, I've only given up 3, 5, 6, 7. 7 non-blitzing sacks out of 10. But they're kind of spread out. So, I mean, I expect him to have the most because he's a rookie and he doesn't have really good stats. But everyone else doesn't really, you know, they're not giving up sacks. A center hasn't given up sacks, which is right here, and Ragno hasn't given up no sacks. He's playing 5 games, whatever. But anyways, let's go look at the defense. That's actually because we want to get the Atlanta Falcons like on this level. Quarterback wise, obviously in room for improvement on both teams. But I had, where's he at? My quarterback obviously was not him. He's on the Browns. you know, Dwayne Haskins, and he's 94 overall. So I mean, he's a superstar. So I had him 94. I let him go. Anyways, so I got this guy. So I want to build him because he's fast and he has 95 throw power. So I mean, why not? Anyways, so got a good line. Gotta get his traits up. You need some traits. 93, 99, 89. So we got Chase Young at 99 overall. We got Montez Sweat, 93 overall. 90. Like these guys get to the quarterback. I don't know if we can get this speed. He only has 2 sacks in 5 games. But I mean, he does his job. Let's see, and he has 6 sacks in 5 games. So I mean, we get to the quarterback. This guy got hurt. He's a pretty good dude. Let's see. We have. I'm not gonna say we're leading the league in sacks, but for what we're doing, we have a lot of sacks. Let's see. So I mean, this guy's a superstar trait. We're building him right now because of it. We got Foster. This is my bread and butter right here. So these guys are all on contract, but they're leaving at the end of the year. Some of them are. I'll probably keep Fabian Moreau because he's 95 speed. You never let that go. I might keep Ronald Darby, Kendall Fuller, Mike. I'm not sure, but he's on contract right now. He's up for a new contract, and he's looking pretty cheap. I might keep him, I might not. But this is my rookie, 97. This is my Champ Bailey right here. And then I got a 6'3" with 93 speed. I don't like his acceleration. I mean his agility and change of direction. And then I got my Dion right here. You know what I'm saying? My Jalen Kimber, 96 speed, 95. Yes, I know Dion is faster than Champ Bailey, but Champ Bailey was a dog too. But he is 6 foot, so that's why Dion's like 6'1". So I mean, everything, you can't be perfect on everything. But yeah, I do like this team because we're really fast. And I can't wait till we get back. We're going to get back to the Super Bowl because once I finish building these corners, they're not going to be able to throw the ball, bro. They not going to be able to throw the ball. How? I'm going to have speed everywhere. Like, there's speed everywhere. Let's see. So yeah, this is this team. I was thinking about doing the not rebuild, but just the fantasy upload. But I might do it for the Monarchs, because this Monarch team I'm rebuilding all over and stuff like that. This one here, I just got in this league, so they're in the playoffs, and so I won my last 4 games, which I probably should have lost them, but I don't like creating a new coach, so I just went 4-0. This team I don't really like it, but it's cool. I don't think I will, because they changed the name. I don't really like the team. I don't even like the colors anymore. So anyways, this will conclude the ending of this video here. Thank you guys again for sticking around and taking the time out and liking, disliking, commenting, watching, subscribing, everything that you're doing. I appreciate it. And on to the next one. I'm bouncing. Good night.